Okay, we're back. Now in this video, we're going to talk about the very next thing that you should know after knowing compensation, financials, and pricing, which is what we just learned about in the last video. You're going to notice a couple of things. I've got some notes here that I'm going to refer to. I also have my calculator, which I may pull out during the video, and I also have my notes about what I'm going to be talking about right here on the left-hand side of my board. So if you see me referring to the board, or looking at my notes, or pulling the calculator up once in a while, you know why. You're forewarned, okay? So in this video, we're going to take a look at the importance of distribution. This word should become a key word in your vocabulary in business because it applies to business in general, not just HBW, but to all businesses. And we're going to see exactly why in just a minute. But distribution is key to your business, to growing and becoming profitable fast, as well as to helping as many people as you can. So let's get into it right away. The thing about distribution that you have to understand is this concept right here. Answer this question rather. Would you rather have 100% of one person, or would you rather have 1% of 100 people? Let me say that again and put it on the board. You can have 100% of one person, or you could have 1% of 100 people. Now, which one would you rather have? I'm going to tell you right now which one is which. And what I mean by that is that 100% of one person is a salesman. In other words, every effort that you alone, by yourself, out in the field do, selling whatever product you're selling, which in our case is financial services, it's all you. Everything is on you. It's 100% of you, 100% of one person. Okay? I'm not saying that's bad, I'm just saying that's limited. I'm going to show you why. Or would you rather have 1% of 100 people? And what this is not necessarily you alone out in the field. This is you managing a team of people that are out in the field. So in other words, this would be defined as a salesperson, 100% of one, and this would be defined as sales management, or 1% of 100 people. Why is this important? Because every great salesperson burns out. Eventually, they get sick and tired of being in the field and dealing with all the headaches that come along with that, and they either quit or they move into sales management because they start to understand dominating distribution. They start to understand this 1% of 100 concept. Now we're going to look at why this is important to HBW, specifically distribution in your downline or your hierarchy or your base shop in just a minute. Now you have to understand, so we know 100% of one is not necessarily the greatest way to go if you want to help a lot of people and make a lot of money. Okay, sales is a lonely business. We know that now 1% of 100 is really how we reach more people and make more money. We've got a team working under us and we're just getting a little bit of all of their work. Okay, so that's 1% of 100. Now, let's look at how this applies to HBW. First, you have to understand that distribution, which is 1% of 100, in other words, 100 little distribution outlets, getting 1% off each one of those, distribution is key to your HBW business. I'm going to show you why. All businesses, I don't care whether it's HBW, McDonald's, a car manufacturer, have a distribution system built. That's how they get big, and that's how they sell lots of product and become multi-billion-dollar global companies, is because they build a global distribution. Now, you may not be out to build a global distribution, but you certainly should be out to build a community distribution or a statewide distribution or perhaps a nationwide distribution. Why? Because we talked about it right here. 1% of 100 helps more people, makes more money for you. So in your HBW business, understanding this concept is vitally important. Now, I want to give you a definition of distribution. This is what the dictionary calls it. Sharing something out among a number of recipients, supplying goods and services to consumers. So that's the dictionary's definition of distribution. Now we know the business world definition of distribution is this 1% of 100. So what this means is that you need to build distribution if you want to make a lot of money. That's the bottom line. Now we talked about distribution a little bit in the last video, but I want to go over it again in this video to help you kind of make your understanding of it a little bit crisper. Okay, so in HBW, in your HBW business, there's you, okay? Now, there are only 24 hours in a day. So let's say that your average client takes 3 hours to meet with the client, take the application, process the business, deliver the application, or the policy rather, etc. And you're going to do that, let's just say once a day. So there's 3 hours dedicated to helping the client, okay? You probably got to sleep, say 8 hours. You're probably going to spend about 2 hours commuting. You're probably going to want to spend at least 4 hours with yourself. So right away we're up to 6, 14, 17 hours. Okay, there's 24 in a day, so we've got, what do we got? 7 hours left over. Okay, so maybe we can do 2 of these, which equals 6 and burns 3, so we've got 4 hours left over to do whatever we're going to do during the day. That's it. So what I'm trying to show you here is that really in reality the most number of clients you can work with in a day, if it's just you, if it's 100% of one, is really 2 clients, because if they take 3 hours, that takes up 6 and the rest of your day takes the rest. Your day is gone. If you can only do 2 policies per day, you're limited in the on how much money you can make and how many people you can help. Now this is why you want to build distribution, because if it's more than you, if there's you and we'll say a recruit, a recruit, a recruit, and a recruit. Okay, this is what I would call distribution, okay? You've got you and you've got 4 people that work under you. Now each of these people is out helping 2 people per day, or even 1 per day to make the math easy. Now we've helped 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're doing 1, 5 people per day, whereas if you were just by yourself, you were only helping 2 people per day. So let me ask you a question. Which of these techniques is going to help more people and make you more money? You by yourself, or you with a team of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 100, however many reps you want in your downline? Which is going to help more people and make more money in your bank account? Obviously, this scenario is where you've got distribution, where you've got 1% of 100 going on, okay? It's not just you. What you're building here is a business that works when you don't. In other words, if you are not going to go to work that day, you have a team of 4 in this example who are. Of course, maybe not all 4 are, but at least 1 or 2 of them are, right? Now, obviously, you want them to build distribution too. Why not? Help more people, make more money, because you're going to override this spread and you're going to override this spread, okay? And you want these guys to go out and build distribution too, right? It's in everybody's benefit to go out and build a distribution, to go out and build a team where they have people working under them. Why? It helps more people. People need life insurance. I'm here to tell you that. It helps more people and it makes more money for everybody. This guy makes more money if he's got a team. This guy makes more money if he's got a team. You make more money if you've got a team. 1% of 100, okay? So that's what we talk about when we're talking about distribution. Now, in the last movie, we talked about the compensation here, the actual spreads, and these are all found on the HBW Inc. site under compensations, where you can find all the actual numbers. I'm not going to take your time to go through them now. It's in your interest, and it behooves you to go to the site and make sure you understand the overrides that work here. The bottom line is that you're going to make more money and help more people building a distribution system. Now, we talked earlier that what's key right here is these people that are being hired. What's key is recruiting the right people, getting the right people on your bus, getting the wrong people off your bus so that you can then drive your entire organization somewhere great. Okay? Essentially what you're doing by doing that is duplicating yourself. If you go out and you produce $10,000 a year in HBW part-time or $100,000 a year full-time, and you can duplicate yourself 5, 10, 20, 50, 100 times, how much money are you going to make? A whole bunch. How many people are you going to help? A whole bunch. So dominating distribution is critical if you really want to do something great in HBW or great in your life or make a lot of money or help a lot of people. The only way you can do it is by building distribution. Everybody does it. McDonald's does it. Car companies do it. Computer manufacturers do it. Grocery stores do it. You name it. They're all in the business of building distribution. Okay, so the important point to take away from this is that if you're in this business and you're one of those people saying, I don't want to recruit, I don't want to, I'm just going to go out and sell. You got to understand you're limited and it's 100% of you. When you don't go to work, your business doesn't work. You got to understand that, take away from this video, building distribution is key to growing your business and helping people. And finally, take away this. Every great organization recruits. The military is a great example. They're always looking for good people who volunteer to join the military, right? To join the service. Think about any great corporation. They're always hiring new people, bringing in new blood, new ideas to build not just their products and services, but their distribution. So everybody recruits. So if you're one of those people that says, I don't want to recruit, I'm not in it to do that, I'm here to tell you that that's fine. Go ahead and do that and think that way, but just know you're limiting how many people you can help and you're limiting your income. Dominating distribution is the key to really building a phenomenal enterprise of financial services in your HBW business.